Now, get ready. You've been in class, hopefully, the whole day and all day yesterday, but now you're going to class. You know, I've been looking for this brother. I mean, he actually works for Kapor Capital. He'll tell you more about himself. He just got a big promotion. So you can tell you about that, too. But I found him because I was like, I need to find a brother who is the dude, who's him when it comes to actually using and applying AI to your career and your life. And multiple, both technical tools and people was like, this is dude Cliff Worley. You want this dude Cliff Worley. So please, welcome to the stage, Cliff Worley.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Do your thing.
All right. What's going on, everybody? All right, I got a lot of slides. I got a little time. It's going to move fast. Don't worry, I got you. All right, so I'm here to talk about AI at work, AI tools for busy executives. So I'll give a quick introduction on myself. I'll talk about the current state of AI, and then we'll go through all the top AI tools, and then we'll leave some time at the end for Q&A. This is going to be very tactical, all right? First things first, you will get the slides. Don't worry, I'm gonna move fast. You're gonna get the slides. A lot of people don't get up their slides. I'm giving you the slides, right? Not only are you getting the slides, but you're getting a list of all the tools as well with the link, so you ain't gotta go find them. And then just hold all the questions to the end, because we got, like I said, I got a lot of slides. All right, a little bit about me. I'm from Oakland, California. Went to UC Berkeley for undergrad. Worked in Silicon Valley for 10 years. Hated my job. Quit, went to Babson at Boston to get my MBA. While I was at Babson, I met Damon John from ABC Shark Tank. Y'all know Damon? I stalked him for a job. He'll tell you that story. I professionally stalked him. I was everywhere he was at. He was like, damn, where's this dude coming from? I'm like, I'm working for you. So I worked for him for 4 years. Then I joined the NASDAQ board in San Francisco. Then I joined Kapor Capital 2016, where I help all of our portfolio companies with growth marketing. And I'm also on the board of VC Platform, which is basically an organization of all the venture capital professionals. And we represent $2.6 trillion worth of assets under management. So I got my start in digital marketing, right? There's tons of marketing tools out there. My job was to try to decipher through all this and try to help these startups figure out, like, which tool do I need to use. Then, November 2022, ChatGPT comes out. I'm like, damn, here we go. So just to give you guys an idea, it took Instagram 30 months to reach 100 million global users. It took ChatGPT 2 months. All right, that's the speed and impact that this technology is having. And now, guess what? There's more tools. I'm the tool guy. I got to sort through all these to figure out which ones work and which ones you should actually use. So don't worry, we got you. The other thing is that there's a website called There's an AI for that shows how many AI tools there are. Right now, as of today, I checked this morning, there's 21,500 AI tools, okay? Here's the thing. I update this number every speech. This number has always gone up by maybe like 300 or 400 per month. It is now going up 3,000 to 5,000, okay? I checked this last time I did a speech, it was at 18,000. Because guess what? AI is making it easier to build these tools, right? I talked to an investor the other day. He said it's hard for him to invest because people are just copying the stuff that they're investing in with AI, right? It's just a whole new paradigm that's happening. All right, we'll talk a little about the current state. So I gave this prompt to AI. I said, give me the current state of AI in an image. This is what it gave me, a whole bunch of robots fighting, right? And that's literally what this is. It's the Wild Wild West. Everybody's fighting for that top spot. This is my favorite tweet about AI, the current state. Building AI is wild. The only way I can describe it is like hundreds of teams trying to build high-speed rails while thousands of other teams build the trains, and no one has any idea which rails or trains work, and there's a high chance that everything just breaks. That's basically where we are as of today. These are the top 50 AI tools by web traffic. You guys probably recognize ChatGPT. How many of you guys know what character AI is? It's the second one. Not too many people know about character AI. This one, you can chat with different characters. You want to go on there, you want to have a conversation with Elon Musk, you can be like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, man, building a Cybertruck, what you doing? And it'll have a conversation and it'll sound actually real. This app is most popular amongst US boys 18 to 24. So if you got sons in that age range, ask them, I'm sure they probably heard about it. All right, AI at work. All right, so here's how I use AI. I think about AI as my universal personal intern, okay? So think about an intern comes to your office. They don't really know much. You have to teach them stuff, right? That's the same thing with AI, but this thing is actually super smart. So you can give it anything. Here's a 1,000-page document. I need you to read that for me and turn it into me by 10 minutes, and it will. So that's just one thing. Just think of this as your personal universal intern. And I'm not even talking about just for work. I'm talking about for personal life too. I had my fire insurance canceled in California. I got a whole bunch of fire insurance quotes, uploaded it to ChatGPT, said, analyze all these, tell me which ones I need or I said, read all these, tell me what I need to know, and then pick the one that's the best for me. And it did, okay? All right, this is also another thing you have to think about from a mindset standpoint. Whenever you're working and you're like, damn, I just don't feel like writing that email, I don't feel like reading that report, anytime I get to that stuck point in my day, I'm like, can AI help me? This is the big piece right here. Anytime you get to that point, and I'm literally training my body, somebody sends me an email, and they're like, Cliff, I need you to do this. I'm like, damn. Then I'm like, oh, AI. Can I do this? And 9 times out of 10, it can. So here's the top 3 reasons to use it. 1 is to increase productivity. 2, save time. 3, save money. Okay? These are just use cases, always. Increasing productivity, saving time, saving money. So LinkedIn came out with this report a couple months back where they did this study on AI at work. And basically, 3 out of 4 people are using AI at work, but 46% of them just started using AI less than 6 months ago. So don't worry if you haven't started or just getting started, everybody else is, all right? We're at the beginning of this. Second thing, you guys heard that term BYOB, bring your own beer, bring your own booze. Well, there's a new term, BYOAI, whereas people are now bringing their own AI tools to work. They're not waiting for management to give them a budget because these tools are super cheap. I personally probably pay for like $200 worth of AI tools just because it makes me more productive, not only at work, but also in my personal life. So don't wait for the work budget, just go out and get it. A lot of these tools are free too. The other thing that was interesting is that 66% of the leaders of the survey said that they would not hire someone without AI skills, okay? Right? Here's the interesting one, and I believe this is gonna come even faster, is that 71% of the leaders said that they're more likely to hire a less experienced candidate with AI skills than a more experienced one without them, right? For example, I'm a marketer. Somebody might be on a job right now, they're hired, they write a blog post, 1 blog post a week, right? As an AI expert, I can come and do 10 blog posts in an hour, better than them SEO optimized, ready to go, right? We're changing. Employees using AI assistants complete more tasks, finish them 25% faster, and produce higher quality results. Sometimes AI does it better than me. I'm like, hey, that's pretty good. I can't, that's pretty good, right? Other interesting thing is JP Morgan Chase is training every new hire on AI. Employees are going to receive prompt engineering training to get them ready for the future, right? So over the last 2 years, I spoke the first year, everybody was scared to say that they were using AI. And now these big corporations are like, hey, everybody better know how to use AI when you come to this job. And I think about it like this. Think about if you showed up to a job today and said that you don't know how to use a computer or you don't know how to use the internet, right? That's what it's going to be in a couple years, maybe less, about AI. Like you don't have ChatGPT skills, you got to get out of here because they want people to be productive. So companies need to cultivate a culture that proactively encourages AI usage and not punishes it, right? Now here's my favorite one, is that AI won't take your job, but someone using it might, okay? That's what we just got to take that for what it is. Like it's happening. People are using AI, and just think of it as a strength for you. If you learn it, you can take somebody's job, right? Just don't get left behind. And I use the analogy of this. 1839, the tractor trailer was created. Everybody was scared. Oh my God, this tractor trailer is going to come take all of our jobs. And there's one cat's like, I'm gonna learn how to drive this, right? He ends up learning how to drive it. He teaches everybody else. Now everybody's happy. Right? They don't have to work so hard. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to teach y'all AI. We're going to drive this tractor. We're going to drive this tractor. We're going to drive this tractor. All right, here we go. So here go to the top tools. Before I start off, I want to show you an income statement. Revenue. There are sales AI tools. AI is coming for every part of the business. There are coding tools, HR tools, finance tools, legal tools, project management tools, right? It's coming for every part of the business. And you got to know wherever you're at, whatever part you work in, find the latest AI tools in that space because they are there and somebody's working on them and they're only going to get better. If it doesn't work well today, it's going to work well tomorrow. All All right, here's the goal of the session. Take out your pieces of paper, phones, whatever you got. I just want you guys to take away one tool, okay? I got a lot. I just want you to take away one tool that you can use in your work life or personal life that's going to help you make it more productive. All right, we're going to go through different categories. Graphic design tools. First one, if you ever need a logo created, you don't have the budget for a graphic designer, there's an AI tool called Looka. It will actually design the logo for you and your brand kit as well, okay? Cheap. I'm going to move fast. Don't worry. I'm going to send you the slides. I guarantee it. Another tool, Beautiful AI, to create slides. I use this one. I use it to create all these slides. You can basically upload your data, and it will create charts and all that stuff for you with AI, okay? I use this more than Google Slides now. That has templates and stuff already built. My presentation stuff happens a whole lot faster now, saving me a whole bunch of time. Synthesis X. So what this tool does is if you've ever been on Google and you want to use an image for your presentation and it's got a watermark on it and you can't use it, well, you just hit this button called Synthesis X on Google Chrome and it'll create an image that looks just like that you can use in your presentation. Free 99. All right, here we go. If you ever wanted to create an image with text, Ideogram is the tool for that. They have focused from the beginning on creating images that have text in it really good. So you can take that unicorn where it says, let's create. All you got to do is change the prompt to something else, and then it'll change it for you. So you can go on here, take different prompts from other photos, and just change the words to your liking. Grok. Have you guys seen all of those like deep fake images, and you're like, oh, who's creating this? Mr. Elon. That's him. So he's got this tool called Grok. It's basically his LLM, like a ChatGPT within Twitter, within X. And you can create images with that, right? So I don't know if any of you guys know LeBron James. Don't tell him if you know him. Don't tell him I put this, but I created a picture of LeBron promoting my newsletter, right? And it'll basically create any image you want of whoever, right? All right, so Photoshop came out with this feature last year. It's called Generative Fill. What this does is you can take any image, and let's say you have this picture, but you want a yellow road lines. All you got to do is type yellow road lines, click generate, and boom, the yellow road lines are there, okay? They got a generative expand feature as well, so AI will basically take a look at this photo, guess what the rest of the photo should look like, and then it'll expand it out for you, okay? All right, this one's probably the craziest tool I've seen, all right? It's called Can of Soup. What it does is it scans your face, and then you can prompt AI to basically have any photo of you, right? So I prompted it to be a San Francisco 49er, right? I'm 49er, right? So I put this on social media. This whole thing went viral. They're like, damn, you been in the gym? I'm like, nah, I've been in the gym, But here's the thing. Now, 1 year later, this is what that same prompt looks like. That looks like I play for the 49ers. I got this picture on my dating profile. I get dates every day. Every day. But this is how real AI, this is not me, y'all. Like, at all. That's not me. That's not me. Okay? All right, LinkedIn. How many of you guys use LinkedIn? All right, awesome. All right, so a tool called Taplio. Taplio is a tool where you can create content with AI. What it does is, all you have to do is tell AI what you want to talk about. Every morning you wake up, it'll have posts already created for you. All right? You guys have no more excuses. Okay? I know it's hard to do it, but if AI going to do it, we just pass it off to them. All right, this is one of my favorite tools, CareerFlow AI. This one will help you update your headline on LinkedIn. It'll write your bio for you and update your work history too to just make it more powerful. They got like a score grader for that. This one's crazy. It's called Engage AI. If you ever seen a LinkedIn post and you don't know what to write, AI will write the post for you, write the response for you. So here's an example. It's one of our founders, Chandler. He spoke at a conference. I didn't know what to say to him. So all I do, there's a blue button now, right when I go type the post, you can say friendly, funny, disagree, congratulate, or question. I want to congratulate him on his post. I hit the congratulate button. It reads the post, and then writes my response right there. No more excuses, guys. No more. All right, advertising tools. If you ever want to take a look at what your competitors are doing from an ad perspective, there's a tool called Kaya. So I pretended I'm Gusto, and I've got ADP in here, Deal, Rippling. I can see all the ad. Okay. We good? We all right? Okay. We can see, he's like, don't show him that. I work for ADP. I can see what ads they're running on Google, Meta, LinkedIn, Twitter. I can see how long they've been running those ads. I can see their ads as well. I can see the ad library. And I can see the copy the top 10 copy that they use in their ads too, just if I wanted inspiration from my copy. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now, if you don't know how to run ads, there's an AI tool that will actually help you create ads as well. It's called adcreative.ai. All you do is give it your brand, you tell it the post size you want, and it'll create the images, it'll create the creatives and the graphics and the text and the headlines as well. Alternatives to ChatGPT. Now, I know everybody uses ChatGPT. There are other tools out there. I personally use Claude. Claude is a little bit better at writing than ChatGPT, I will say for sure. They're backed by Amazon. It's backed by this company, or started by this company called Anthropic. But highly recommend you check out Claude. If you've only been using ChatGPT, just give it a test. All right, Perplexity. If you guys use Google, I don't even use Google anymore because I've used Perplexity. Perplexity, you know how Google has like the top 10 links once you Google something? Well, Perplexity will read those links and then give you a summary of what you actually need to know. All right, saves you a whole bunch of time. Sales tools. This is the craziest one I've seen. It's called Octave AI. Octave AI, it's a startup out of Silicon Valley. What they do is they help you create your messaging for your brand, and then they also help you create your ICP. So you can go in there, you put your ICP concerns, their priorities, and then you can say, these are the people I'm trying to target. I'm trying to target head of business development. So it'll tell you what their primary responsibilities are, key concerns, their key objectives. But then it'll tell you, hey, you might want to check out these other job titles as well. So it'll tell you other job titles to target. Then it'll find those people. Then it will write the emails to those people on their pain points and their priorities and track the emails so you ain't got to do nothing. I'm telling y'all, it's time to get it. All right, email tools, newsletter tools, Beehive, one of the best newsletter tools out there. I use it for my newsletter. You can create images with AI in there, and you can also write the newsletter with AI. So if all you guys wanted a newsletter one day, you just hadn't had the time to do it, Beehive will do that for you. Sometimes I write a paragraph or use a little AI thing in there. It makes it a whole lot better. Superhuman, if you want to get started with AI and email, really good tool. You can use AI to respond to your emails. This is just an easy start. If you're doing email campaigns, there's a tool called Copy where you just literally say, I have an abandoned cart email sequence I need written. It knows what that is. It'll write those emails for you. Social media tools. The best one I've seen out there for actually creating social media posts is called Blaze. What it does is all you have to do is upload your voice, your tone, and anytime you want it to create a social media post for you or blog post, it'll create that. But here's the thing, it'll not only, you can say, it'll create this blog post and you say, I want to schedule this out over the next 3 months. It will auto-schedule that and write those social post copy for you as well, so you ain't got to do nothing. Productivity tools, Quill Meetings. This one is my favorite, okay? So what Quill does, it's just a meeting transcription tool, but it's got all kinds of AI built into it. The best thing about it is that on Sunday nights, it goes back and it listens to all the meetings I had during the week, and then it sends me an email and it says, hey, Cliff, here are the things you said you were going to do. And I'm like, damn! Sometimes I forgot what I said in the meeting, like that I was going to do, right? But now this is all you need. Copy AI, this is another crazy tool. I talked to the founder. I said, give me your best use case. And he said, well, I got this one client where they use the AI to transcribe the meeting, a sales meeting. That AI listens to the pain points that the customer brings up in the sales meeting and then uses AI to write blog posts on those pain points to solve them with his business and then schedules them in LinkedIn automatically. So all he has to do is just show up to the call. That's it. AI does the whole thing, okay? PDF.ai, this is if you want to turn a PDF into a chatbot, right? So let's say you upload a document and you say, I want to figure out, how much does NVIDIA make in the first quarter. It'll be able to tell you that. You can do some of this stuff with ChatGPT as well, but they do have tools that are one-off like this. Scribe, if you are creating documentation or SOPs, all you have to do is just record yourself doing it, and then AI will create the documentation on the thing that you just did, okay? If you have legal stuff that you're trying to deal with and you have legal contracts and you're just like, I don't know what this means, you upload it to this, it'll tell you what it means in simple terms. Layman law is the tool, okay? Audio tools, if you want to clone your voice or you don't feel like recording something, you want to use somebody else's voice, this is like a text-to-voice platform where you just type in the text, type Emily's name, and it'll read it in Emily's voice, right? So you don't even need a professional voice recorder anymore. If you ever are trying to, did I skip one? Nope, I'm good. If you're ever trying to transcribe any audio or video, AI transcriptions by Riverside is a tool that automatically transcribes stuff for you. This one's also crazy. If you ever have a newsletter and you want to turn that newsletter into a podcast, there's a tool called Podcrafter. All you have to do is record yourself reading your newsletter once, and then you send out your newsletter to an email alias, and every newsletter, it will create a podcast in your voice in podcast format. You ain't even got to do nothing, and it will automatically upload it to Spotify and Apple Music. So if you ever wanted a podcast, ain't no more excuses, y'all. I'm telling you. Ain't no more. Ain't no more. Video tools. All right, Dream Machine. So Dream Machine basically turns any image into a video. So you guys have seen this meme, funny meme. Well, all you got to do is upload it, and then it just animates it and turns it into real life. This is like the next thing. This is coming fast, okay? If you want to record corporate videos and you don't want to pay a professional actor, you can use a tool called Synthesia. Basically, as professional avatars, all you do is upload the text. They can talk in different languages, 130 different languages. You can pick different people. If you want to clone yourself, there's that too. There's a tool called HeyGen where you can literally upload a video of yourself talking, and then you just give it text, and it'll say it in your voice, whatever you give to it, right? This is coming in hot. They just raised $60 million. This is going to be the norm, right? We are entering the phase of we're not going to know what's real, unfortunately. If you ever wanted to edit a video, so you can use a tool called Opus Clip, where you just drop the link to a video. It will auto-edit that video for you, add your captions, and it also gives you a virality score. They used to work for TikTok, the people who built it. It'll give you a virality score to tell you this video clip out of your long video, we think that this has the best chance to go viral, okay? This is a crazy tool too. It's called Captions. So let's say you're not comfortable reading the script or just talking to a camera. This tool, I'm looking over here reading the script, but they got this button called AI Contact, and once I click it, my eyes go from over here to over here, and it looks real. So I'm literally reading the script looking like this, hit the AI Contact button, boom, right? All right, final tip. Biggest thing is any takeaway. I know I told you guys a lot. You have to schedule AI playtime. Every Friday, 2 to 4, I have my AI playtime window blocked on my calendar. I have an Evernote list that anytime I see a tool that I like, I just keep dropping it on the list. There's so many tools that comes out every single week. Don't worry. Even if you can just get one tool a month, that's 12 tools a year. And here's the cool part. Anytime you learn a tool, it saves you a whole bunch of time. So it compounds. So just take the time, learn one, you'll have more time to learn 2, learn 3, learn 4, all right? My favorite tool, who wants to hear my favorite tool? All right, favorite tool is my own tool, okay? So what I've done over the past 2 years is I've collected the best tools out of that 20,000 I think are good for professionals, right? And then I have a newsletter, it's called Cliff Notes. It comes out every single Monday, and I give you the Cliff Notes of what's going on in AI, the things you need to know, literally, every single Monday, and then I give you the best tools that come out as well. If you guys want to get started on AI, I also just dropped a course. This ain't even public yet, but I just dropped a course, 2 hours, how you up to speed running fast. All right, if you guys want the slides, tools, boom, here you go, and then I'll take questions. Appreciate y'all. My bad.
Are you staying here for questions?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. No problem. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Suar Kangalu. I work for Manuel John Hancock as the Director of U.S. Retirement Pricing. As I'm sitting here and listening to everything that you just said, do you foresee us as a society getting stupider, dumber over time as AI is doing all the sort of high, being maybe you need a doctor, AI can do that. You need a scientist, AI can do that. So we no longer need to learn math. We no longer need to learn biology, all those things. Then all we do is just click buttons. Like, how do you foresee society progressing based on AI?
Yeah, that's a powerful question. So I think a couple things. One, stupid people are gonna stay stupid, right? That's just never gonna change. But I do think that we are gonna now have the ability to learn things at a speed in which would have taken years or months to do. And so I'm not saying that, AI is gonna make us all doctors, but I think if we had challenges, let's say like you're not a really good test taker, well now you can use AI to dumb anything down for you to learn any type of concept. So I think it's gonna make us smarter. Like I said, smart people are gonna be smart, dumb people are gonna stay dumb. And to be honest, like I feel like AI is actually leveling the playing field for everybody. Because like I am not a bad writer and I have one of the top, I say I'm not a good writer and I have one of the top AI newsletters in Silicon Valley.
But you need to be challenged to grow, though, in order to learn things that you need to be challenged.
Yeah, I think that comes from the house, you know? I mean, I think at some point, society, technology is going to force us to use AI, right? And people will start to go, oh, wait a minute, I can actually just, use AI to help me study for this test, where you might have given up before. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I was in school right now with AI. I wish I would be in here smartest dude out, but this is what it is. Yes, sir.
Hey, Cliff. Ernest Brown. I'm the Sales and Marketing Director at Guest Brown Impact. And my question is, what guardrails can I put up using these tools to protect my clients' data so I'm protecting them and not incurring liability for my company?
Yeah, great question. I get that one all the time. So I talked to a lawyer at Wilson Sonsini, big law firm out in Silicon Valley, and his recommendation is to always use the enterprise version of ChatGPT because it doesn't train on your data. The other thing is that you have to recognize that we are in the early stage. We're in version 1 of the iPhone. Sometimes these tools are not going to be where they need to be at yet, and they will be. And I can tell you that there are a whole bunch of people who are building these private, secure AI tools for enterprise and people like yourself. You just got to wait for it and you got to pay for it.
Hey, Cliff, Nathan Adams, career coach. So I'm an old head, I'm 51. And I'm concerned about, like my kids, I got two sons, 19, 15. And so when I see things on the internet, I trust but verify. My kids, they see it, they believe it. So my concern is, for the younger generations, what can they do to like verify, validate some of these tools and some of the things they're seeing online that may be generated by some of these tools may not be real?
Yeah, no, that's 100%. That's one of my biggest concerns. I think the big thing, though, is you got to learn the tools, like learning these AI tools, because sometimes I'll see a deepfake video and I'll go, oh, they use HeyGen. I know what it looks like. I know what a HeyGen video looks like. So you're going to need to learn this stuff to be able to spot it. But the cloning the voice and all these, people getting the spam calls, taking the money, I mean, that's real. And I'm surprised that this stuff hasn't been regulated yet, because right now I can clone anybody's voice or video in this room, $5, 5 minutes, right now. How you saying whatever? And that's scary.
The scary thing about that is you clone my voice, call my wife, and say, hey, I got your kid.
Yeah, and
So,
I'll be in Cancun.
How do you combat that?
I told my mom, I was like, look, we're gonna have a safe word. Like, if anybody call you and they say they got me kidnapped, if they don't say this word, we ain't doing anything. Yep.
Cliff, great presentation, thank you. Kenneth Johnson, East Coast Executives. So my question is, I'm looking to kind of add bandwidth and some systems to the business we have. It's a diversity recruitment firm. And I'm just wondering if you have any suggestions, recommendations on how we can move forward and utilize AI, really just increase bandwidth and kind of stay relevant.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is that, like, I just gave y'all a lot, right? And this is probably like maybe 30 tools. I got 500, and then there's 20,000, right? So the thing of it is that just start somewhere, right? If you just start with email. I got this one company, they tell me that they mandate everybody on the job has to have a ChatGPT window open at all times. Because everybody needs to be productive. They need to be using this, right? And same thing with like hiring people. I would be asking now in interviews moving forward, are you using ChatGPT? Just bare minimum. Like nobody should be having any spell errors in anything anymore, right? Like just throw that in ChatGPT. Like that thing can help you out. So my thing is like, pick an area, start small, and just like build over time. Like it's not gonna be like, AI's not gonna come in and just save your business overnight. Like just start small. If it's just email, if it's marketing, like just pick different areas, look at the tools, and just keep implementing. You'll see.
What's going on, Cliff? I want to ask a quick question about, so I run a service-based business, and I think they kind of touched on it a little bit in the last one, but I want to make sure that when I'm contacting my clients, I want to make sure that it sounds like me and that it's personal, because I do tend to write little notes about little things about my clients, so that way I can bring them up in conversation. And I want to make sure that when I do, let's say I do decide to use these AI tools, I want it to sound like me.
Yeah, so good thing is that a lot of AI tools, everybody's trying to get that problem solved, and a lot of AI tools are working on this. And so, you know, it's not as just, you know, it's not super easy to do that today, but you can do it, right? So like for an example, I'm just making this up. Let's say you had a sales call with a client, or you were on a call with a client. You can upload that transcript to Claude and say, you know, here's my voice, tell me what tone I'm speaking in, and tell me my style. And it'll listen to it and it'll say, this is what your style is. And then you take the next step and you go, okay, now write an email to this client in that style, and then it'll match the voice. So it's a couple of steps. You know, a lot of the things that AI right now is like, it's not 100% there, but sometimes it's just working through it a couple different steps until you get what you want, because there isn't like just a tone tool where it's like, you know, so it's like, first I got to take the transcript, I got to ask AI to learn the way that I talk, and then you just keep continuously tweaking. But like, I think it's definitely possible today. It's just tweaking it a little bit, chaining tools together. Yes, sir.
Hey, Cliff, thank you so much for being here. Jamal Davis, UBS. Do you have any agent tools that you recommend that act as personal assistants?
Oops, I'm sorry. As personal assistants, there's aspects of tools that are out there. There's one that's called Motion, where, you know, it'll listen to your meetings and then auto add those tasks to your calendar. And then as your calendar moves around, you can say, okay, I want to prioritize this task over this task. So if you get an open spot in your calendar, boom, it'll shift this one up and then do that. But it's not there yet. So AI agents is like kind of like the next phase of AI. And people are working on it actively right now. But it's just like, it's super early. So, but it's coming. Like, don't think it ain't coming. It might be out here next month.
I just want to make a statement and a question for you, Cliff. I'm 54 years old, and AI is like the best thing that ever happened to me. But I use it when I have interns, my son, I make them go find what I need. And I think a lot of us older people in here are so scared of not being engaged, and I think Cliff said something amazing. One day out of the week, an hour out of the week, go get on AI. Also, there's some younger guys in here that probably can help you. Cliff, I'm on his notes. I go to his newsletter. But Cliff, could you really explain the generational barrier and how you think we can get through that as older gentlemen trying to navigate this new world?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm old too. Don't let the baby face fool you. So I think it's like we're at an advantage as an older generation because we have all this knowledge, right? And we like, man, if we could just hire a whole bunch of people, we could be a whole lot more productive. Like, we know what we could do if we had a whole bunch of money, right? We know who people would hire, we know what they would do, you know? And so, but just now know that it's like there are AI tools that are gonna be able to do that for us. But here's the thing, it's like these tools are cheap and they're very easy to use. Like, this stuff isn't rocket science. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know that there's a lot of, and they're getting better. So just know that, like, over time, it's gonna become easier, you know, but we are in the first version of the iPhone. It sucks. It's only going to get better from here, and it's going to happen fast. I'm telling you, every week is like transformational. There are days where I'm just like, I can't do this shit no more. Because it's too much, because it's changing so fast. And I saw this tweet from Sam Altman, and it said, it's not that the future is moving fast, it's that the past is moving too slow. That's gangster. Yes.
Hey, Cliff, thanks for this. I'm Damian Williams, work for Google. A quick question. All these tools are real great, right? Do you have a good place to send most of us in this room of understanding, like, how to put our prompts together to get the results that we need?
This is exactly why I built my course. I've been speaking on AI for the last 2 years, and people are always like, Cliff, these tools are great, but where do I start? And like, how do I learn how to prompt? And so I put together a course. It's 2 hours, prompt engineering 101, to basically get you up to speed. Because the thing of it is like, I was telling somebody yesterday, is like, the thing with AI, there's no rule book right now. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all like, nobody told me that I could use ChatGPT to analyze all my fire insurance quotes. But I could now go build a business of a fire insurance quote reviewer and put that out online and sail into the sunset, right? So it's the Wild Wild West, but that's why I put it together. It's you can find it on the newsletter, but it's 2 hours because nobody's going to teach us but us. That's straight up. There's just no courses out there really, so I put it together. I spent 2 months in the lab just knocking it out because from speaking, I keep hearing from people like, I need to learn this though. Yep. All right, well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Please give another round of applause to Cliff Worley. Man, thank you so much.
Got you.
Thank you
Got
so
you.
much.
Got you.